Hello guys, nice to have you on my channel, Tmoedevs. Haven't completed some brief introduction before now. We're making progress on our JavaScript series, and I'd like you to follow along. Do endeavor to like my channel and subscribe to it, as we're going to cover everything web development subsequently. Thank you. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code, which is the integrated development environment we're going to be using for our web development coding JavaScript. So I have it here on my taskbar. I open it up. So here on the left hand pane, we have where our projects, folders and files will be, and on the right hand pane, which is currently showing a welcome screen or get started screen, we're going to have our editor window showing our codes. So just to show us how we set up our project file, I'm going to go to the file menu and click on open folder. So usually in open folder, we can create a new folder for our project, and we will now open it and our project will be running. But from here, from my documents folder, I actually have a folder called my codes. In my codes, I've created a JavaScript training folder, which is my project folder for this training. So I'm just going to select it. I'm going to select folder, and it opens up. So it opens up to the screen, but like you will see, it is currently empty. There are no files in it yet. So I'm going to add a file here by clicking on this button, new file. So when I click on new file, I'm going to name the file index.html. So I'm just creating a basic HTML file. So enter, because mind you, our web development or web applications run or are built on three legs: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. HTML for structure, CSS for styling, and JavaScript gives us the behavior of the site. And this training is specifically for JavaScript, but we need some boilerplate HTML structure to run our JavaScript, which is what I created this index.html for. So I'm just going to add in the boilerplate HTML tags we need, which are like standard templates upon which our JavaScripts can run, and we can demonstrate what we want to see. So I'm going to just put in the HTML tag and choose the boilerplate option, and it's just going to give us standard doc type HTML, which is telling us this document is a HTML document. The opening HTML tag telling us this is a HTML file, and then inside we have our head tag and our body tag. That's just the basic structure of the HTML we need. Every other thing there are just some metadata to give some fine-tuning to our program, but the major tags we need here are the HTML and the body and the head tag. So I'm just going to delete all these comment lines here, which are just feelers of what could be in that particular spot. So now I have a structure upon which I can demonstrate or showcase my JavaScript codes. So first and foremost, in this title tag here, I'm just going to add JavaScript training. That's going to be the title that will show on our browsing page when we open it in the browser. Okay, JavaScript training, that's the title. Control S, save. And then I'm going to remove this script tag for now. We're going to put it back when we want to put our JavaScript code. Then in the body, I'm just going to add a simple H1 tag, which is a header tag, and in it I'll just put hello world. So for a lot of us that are familiar with introduction to programming, this is usually the first stuff you get to create. Right now we've created our first website, which is just a site that says JavaScript training and hello world. We're going to save it. Then we're going to now preview how it's going to look in the browser. So I'm going to right click on the index.html file and we'll look for reveal in file explorer. So now it's revealed in file explorer. This is a file I've created. Then I'm going to open it in my Google Chrome. So it's opened. You can see the simple page I created now. We can see the title I added, JavaScript training, and the heading tag I put, which is hello world. Now another thing I'm going to show you on this browser page is how to view our JavaScript output on the console. So because our JavaScript deals a lot with behaviors and different things, in terms of troubleshooting, wanting to see output versus input and the results, we actually need the web development tools and our console tag. So we're going to right click on the page, go to select on the last option, inspect, and then the developer tools windows opens. From here we can see so many different things that we can use to debug, troubleshoot, and even better understand our codes. The elements tab here shows us all the elements that make up this current page, and these are the tags I just created in Visual Studio Code. Then the console tag, which is my emphasis for now, shows us what is displayed on the console, and with this console tag we can see simple input and output results of our JavaScript. So I'm going to go back to the Visual Studio Code, and in it now I'm going to introduce some scripts, some JavaScript. JavaScript always comes in within the script tag. We could put the script tag in the head, we can put the script tag in the body, but optimally it's better put in the body. So after this, I'm just going to introduce a script tag, usually the opening and the closing script, and then within it I'm going to introduce a function within the console class, console.log, and I'm just going to use it to display hello world on our console. Now the function, I'm going ahead of myself now, but this function takes in a string. I mentioned two things now, function and strings. These are things we'll look on as we progress, but just take note of the simple syntax right now. Strings are always within quotes, single quotes or double quotes. So inside here I'm going to say hello world, and then I close my console.log expression with a semicolon. So that ends the statement, and then I simply save. So now I've created a simple JavaScript code telling my program to write the word hello world on our console. So let's go back. I haven't saved, and look at the browser window, and then when I reload this I can see hello world is showing on the console. So we've created a very simple first website with hello world displayed as a heading tag and console with the use of JavaScript being written on our console. So with this, we've seen the structure of what we'll continue working on. In the next class now, we'll go straight into more core features of JavaScript, data and variable types in particular. Data types and variables, in particular. Thank you.